Okay. All right, so go ahead and simplify these. 25 to 3 raised to 3 halves power, 16 to the 1/4 power. Okay, go ahead and do that. Like, take, roll. Guess what? You guys gotta do this back on the test. Huh? You guys know what's going on. Right? You guys know how I work here.
What? Oh, interesting. What is it?
Never took one this chapter. Thanks for asking. Guys, what you took a test? No. Luisa Santana, Jordan Wright, Monte Giaforte, Clure Fairness, and Daisy Hernandez absent. So any of those people here? Okay. All right. Number one. What's answer number one? Actually, let me get my calculator out. You need a calculator, right? I do. Oh, no, maybe you do that. Clure, I marked you absent. I'm here. Well, I marked you absent. Remind me at the end of the class. I don't want to go sit on my computer now. Mark you here, but I'll probably forget. So you have to remind me that you're here. Okay. Louise, I marked you absent too.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're on camera. Woo! It's my athletic day. I just wore, I guess I was supposed to wear a jersey, I guess. I thought it was just athletic day.
Sports day.
Sports day, exactly. This is how I do sports. Coach my kids in soccer.
You should have worn a soccer jersey.
Huh? I don't have a soccer jersey.
So one of your kids' ones?
I don't think they would have fit.
So good morning.
All right. Answer number one. Here we go. 125. Answer number two is 2. There you go. Woo! Let's move on.
I think someone's confused.
No one's confused.
I know exactly what you think you did.
Change my what? Who understands how to do number one? Who needs me to explain number one? Who needs me to explain number two? Needs me to explain number two? Okay, let's not spend too much time on this. Number one, homies. Look, homies. Am I talking to you? Root. I don't need to put the 2 there. Exponent. Cubed, right? Top is the exponent, bottom's the root, right? What's the square root of 25? 5. Now let's go, right? And then I have this 5 to the 3rd power. What's 5 times 5 times 5? Okay, I'm assuming you guys know what it is. This is 16 to the 4th root. What do I multiply by itself? 4 times gets 16. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. Are there any questions on that?
No.
Okay, I'm moving on. Okay, test review. The test review. Test review. Test review. I'm wearing a t-shirt because it's sports day and I do sports in a t-shirt. I don't know, what do you do sports in? Sometimes I do a no shirt, but that'd be inappropriate. I'd get fired. So, and you guys would probably be disgusting for you guys too. Oh man. Okay. So simplify the exponent. So this, don't write the whole number out, just simplify the exponent. I'll give you 10 seconds to figure it out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, no, Fleur. 3, 2, 1. Okay, show your neighbor. No! Show your neighbor the answer. Show them. Show them.
I don't know.
Here's the answer. Here we go. It is 6 to the 15th power.
Oh, we multiplied that. I thought we added.
Do we all know how to do this now? Can I move on? 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. No, just do the exponent. Simplify the exponent. That's all I want you to do for that. Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. Simplify. This is not hardcore. This is easy. What would you rather do? What's easier, this or take a nap? This is easier than taking a nap. You guys need hints? Who needs a hint? Woo! Right over here. Right over here. So let's first find the, what are they called? What do I call these things? Starts with a P and rhymes with prime factors. The prime factors of 54, right? Anything goes into 54, 6 and 9, right? Right, and then what? 2, 3, prime. You guys do this? 3, prime. No? Do you know how to do it though? So then 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 54. Would you agree with that? You guys have that written down? 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Do you have that? Okay, I'm going to erase it. Let me know. I'm going to erase it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Let me get this back up here so I can fit it for the recording purposes. So then this is cube root of 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? Got it? Minus cube root 2, right? Yes? No? Can you simplify that more? Okay. Who breaks out of jail? Write this as you take the cube root. I'll give you 10 seconds to do it. And then see if you can simplify it from there. That's your hint. Whoa! Whoa! Watch out! Watch out, folks! It's coming! It's coming! Whoa! Okay, what's the answer? How many need to break out of jail here? 3. Only 1 survives, right? 3 cubed root 2 minus cubed root 2, which is what? How many cubed root 2's do I have here? How many cubed root 2's do I have here? 3. How many do I have here? How many do I have here? 1. If I have 3 cubed roots and I take away 1 cubed root, how many cubed roots do I have? Not working. 2 cubed root 2. And that's your answer. Is that what you guys got? Review it on the video if you don't know how to do it. Are there any questions? Wait, prime factor what? Say it really loud. 2 is a prime factor. So, a couple things to answer your question. In order to simplify these, I need a like number in here. Once I have my like number, whether it's prime or not, I can go ahead and combine them. So if this ended up being 4 and this ended up being 4, then yeah, just combine them, right? You just want them to be like numbers. So I'm assuming since this is as small as it can get, I could probably, when you see this one will probably break down to be 2. So just what you're going to have to expect is it's going to break down and end up looking like something like that. And then once you get there, you don't need to simplify it anymore because this is just simplified. So anyway, 2 cubed root 2. I should repeat the question. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I changed this. Oh, no, I didn't. What do you guys think of this one? When did this class get so hard? Is this your most stressful class?
Yeah. No.
What's more, those of you that this is not your most stressful class, what's more stressful than this? A push history is hard, right? Okay, do you guys know what to do here? You guys know what to do?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Let me write a couple things here to help you. You don't need to do this, but what does to the 1/2 raised to the 1/2 power mean? It's a square root. So this is really the square root of 8x plus 20 equals x, right? Right? Would you agree? Now, to solve this, first of all, I'd ask myself, what makes this difficult? This freaking square root, right? Right? So let's get rid of it. How would I get rid of the square root? Square it. So, anyway, you don't need to write that out here. I'm just going to, actually, let's go like this so we have room. So this is square root, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to square this whole thing, okay? That makes sense? That's going to cancel out the square root, so these are going to cancel. By the way, you multiply these two, right? What's 1/2 times 2? 1. So this will be 8x plus 20 raised to the 1 power, which is nothing, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're going to do that. So whatever you do on one side, do on the next. Now, so these cancel out, and we'll rewrite this as 8x plus 20 equals x squared. Now, when you see that x squared, what are you thinking? Yes, 4, and another way I call it, what did I say? You're right. I call it a quadratic, which is a parabola. And how do we solve quadratics? How do we solve quadratics? It's like video. Set it equal to 0. Now, I don't want to bring this over because I don't want a negative x squared. So I want to bring these over here by subtracting 8x, subtracting 20, subtract 8x, subtract 20, and it's going to be 0 equals x squared minus 8x minus 20. Yeah? Can you solve it from there? You guys solve it. How do you solve a quadratic set equal to 0? Yeah. That's right. Us math teachers are hip. Is hip a good word nowadays? How do you say hip when you guys are? We say someone's cool. It's hip. It's cool. Like, what do you guys say? If they're cool, what are they? They're rad. Radical. I'm gonna erase this. So this was, so I have room, was x squared minus 8x minus 20. I'm going to put it over here equals 0. What did you guys say the answer was? Did you figure it out? Did you factor it? You guys have to factor it. So I have here negative 20, negative 8, negative 10, and positive 2. And so we're going to write our factored form right here as x minus 10 times x plus 2 equals 0. What does x equal? X equals 10 and negative. Now, wait a minute. Only one of these is correct. Do you guys see the red there? Only one of these is correct. Let's plug in 10. Actually, could they both be correct? Well, maybe they're both correct. Wait. They both be correct? I think only one's correct. Let's plug it in C. 8 times 10. Sometimes they don't work. Plus 20 square root equals 10. Does that equal 10? 8 times 10 is 80 plus 20, 100. Square root of 100. Does that equal 10? Okay, so that's good. I'm just checking. That works. Let's try negative 2. Let's see. We'll do it in blue, black. 8 times negative 2 plus 20. Square root of that equals negative 2. Oh, yeah, equals negative 2, right? Would that work? Yeah, it would work. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16 plus 20. What's negative 16 plus 20? 4. The square root of 4. It's plus or minus negative 2, so you can use that as negative 2 as one of your answers. So yeah, both of those work.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we need to write plus and minus?
Well, your answers are these. Plus and minus. To check it, it can be either plus or minus 2. Okay. Can I move on? You guys need that for a second. Tomorrow's a rally schedule, I think, right?
No, like you have all your comments.
X equals 10, negative 2. Okay. Graph the function in the domain and range. Graph the function in the domain and range. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to take attendance for those of you who I marked absent. My fault for marking you absent. Who came? Okay, Jordan, you're here, right? Louise is here. Daisy's here. And then Lewis. Let's have Montserrat out. Montserrat, you're not here, right? You did. That's what it says on here. Oh. Okay, okay, here's the answer of what it should look like. If you didn't get this, you're incorrect. Okay, here's the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh.
Yeah, just kind of swirl it around. It's not the right answer. Aha! Mr. Noodle. I'm sure your parents said at home. Okay. So what does the -5 mean? Did you guys graph it already? Did everyone graph it? Who needs more time to graph it? Who needs more time? Okay. Hey, just so you guys know, as you guys are doing it, I'll give you a hint. You can do the table method. Now, because there's no H, that means my center, there's no H, right? There's only a K, right? That means my center will be 0. And then I'll go -1. Where do I get the cube? What should I put the next for my next number? -2? -3? Anyone? Anyone alive? 9? Not 9. Thanks for -8. Cube root, homie. Cube root, not square root. And then do 1 and 8. So you could do that. And so cube root of -8 is -2, -5 is -7, right? Cube root of -1 is -1, -5 is -6. Is that right? Cube root of 0 is 0, -5 is -5. Cube root of 1 is 1, -5 is -4. Cube root of 8 is 2, -5 is -3. And you can just plot those points. Right? See how that works out? Is this helping you guys at all? Or is it just stressing you out? It's stressing you out? What should I do? Should I dance? I can dance. Well, if I present. I forgot how to present. Oh, wait. Okay, so let's -5. So here's how I would do it if I was doing the graphing way. Where's my, okay, using the H and K. What's my H for this? What number is it? It's a number. I heard someone say it's 0. There's no H, right? There's nothing under here. What's my K? -5. So that means my vertex or my locator point is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 0, -5. And then I take the cube root of everything. What's the cube root of 1? 1. So I go up 1. You're 5, clear. What's the cube root of 2? Cube root of 2. That's cube of 2. Cube root of 2, right? You can't. There is no cube root of 2. Well, there is, but it's so small, right? Cube root of 3, 4. What should I get the cube root of? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of -1. negative 1. Cube root of negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is negative 1. And then there's my function. Cube root of negative 1. Oh, yeah, it should be not negative 1. Cube root of negative 8. Cube root of negative 8. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is negative 2. So it should be right there. And then it should be like this. Got it? Cube root function. And are these the same points? Negative 8, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same point. Negative 1, 6. Negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. That's 0, negative 5. So you'll get the same graph either if you use this or that. Your test might have an H in it, just so you know. So let's say if the H was, what if it was cube root of x plus 2? What if it was that? What would my table look like? What would my number here be? What would my middle number be? Tell your neighbor. Tell your neighbor. What would my middle number be? Negative 2, right? Because negative 2 plus 2 is 0, so I'd put in negative 2. I'll just do it. I'm going to write over it just so you can see. So this would be negative 2, right? And then I'd go, how would I do it? Well, you go negative 2, and then I'd have to just go up 1, because that'd be hard. I'd have to take the cube root. I'd have to subtract 1 from it, and then subtract 8 from it, right? Because you want to get, oh, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Okay, we got negative 2 because I could get 0. Now, what is less than negative 2 that I can get the perfect cube? So I want to add 2 to it, so I don't want to plug in, I want it to be equal to negative 1, right? So I plug in negative 3. Why did I choose negative 3? Because negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. I can get the cube root of negative 1. And then I'd also want to plug in negative 11, I think, right? Oh, yeah, negative 10. Why negative 10? Because it's equal to negative 8. So plug in negative 10. That'll give me negative 8. And then I should be able to do good there. And then on the other end, I want this to equal to 1, so I plug in negative 1. Why did I plug in negative 1? It's equal to 1. Anyway, if that doesn't work for you, just do the thing. Where's my vertex for this going to be? Where's my vertex? Negative 2, 0. So my k is 0. So my vertex is going to be negative 2, 0. And then you just go, right? Cube root of 1 is 1. Cube root of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 2. Cube root of negative 1 is negative 1. Cube root of negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is negative 2. And that would be, that's how you do it with that. This is Mr. Sanchez. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think, okay. All right, that works. They said, yeah, they said it might have been my partner was full, but I'll take a new partner. Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, that works for me. And then should I just expect it to come like in my room, or do I have to go to the office?
Please,
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, you do that. All right, so did that make sense? Would you guys build? You might want to write that down. Cube root of x plus 2. All right. I don't know. Maybe. What if we did? Let me think about it. That's a good question. Let me think about that. No. Okay. Hey, let's do like, what if we did cube root of x minus 5? Well, I'm just going to graph this real quick. You guys don't watch Godzilla time, right? X plus 5. So you can do this mentally with me. Where's my vertex? 5, 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, right? What's the cube root of 1? 1. Then how many are going to go this way? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How far up? -1. -1, right? Then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 2. Is that really that hard? Woo! Is that really that hard? Why do you guys look so stressed out? Okay. Graph the function. -2 square root x minus 5. This one's a little bit more challenging. What is the vertex? What is the vertex of this function? What is the vertex? What is the vertex of this function? Oh, it is? Okay, what is, hey homies, what is the vertex of this? So we can do the table or we can do the square root. Huh? Okay, positive 5, 0. You guys remember what the parent function looks like? Let's do the parent function real quick. Can we do the parent function real quick? No. Parent function. But you don't have to write it down, but just so we can get an idea. Y equals, what's the parent function? Y equals square root of x. Y equals square root of x, right? So, 0. Get the square root of my number. Square root of -1. Square root of -1. The ones who are quiet are correct. Can you get the square root of a negative number? No. Trick question. Yeah, you were right. Square root of 1. 1. Square root of 2. Square root of 3. 4. 2. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Got it? Square root looks like that. Plaka. Don't tell that. Does that mean skinny girl or something? Is that a bad word to say? Is it really? All right. So you guys got that? Okay. Now, what's my vertex? So we're going to do the same thing, except my vertex is going to be at what? Tell your neighbor what the vertex is. What's the vertex at? Go, tell them. What is that? Okay, cool. Vertex is positive 5, 0, because my k is 0, right? I have a 0k. My k is 0. My h is -5, so it makes positive 5, 0, right? So my vertex is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there, right? Got it? Now, the -2 is going to affect it, right? my negative 2 is, so remember I went over 1, up 1, over 4, up 2. Remember that? Am I going too fast? Over 9, up 3, over 16, up 4. I'm going to just multiply those ups by negative 2. Too much for your head to go? Let's do it. Parent function, over 1. Square root of 1 is 1. But this says multiply by negative 2. So what do? Down 2. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 4, I normally go up how much? 2. But I multiply by negative 2. 2 times negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that too much for your brain to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And does it make sense? Negative flips it, right? And the 2 kind of stretches it.
Also, you should multiply by the number.
Yes. After you square root it, you multiply by it. That's what the A does. You like, okay, go with, follow on. Because I know it's a lot for the brain to go, right? It's a lot. But normally I'd go 1. What's the square root of 1? 1. But instead of 1, I multiply 1 times negative 2, which I get, what's 1 times negative 2? Okay. Square root of 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the square root of 4? Square root of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's the square root of 9? Huh? Okay, all that stuff that we're doing, the 5 was already taken care of when I moved it over here. So when I'm doing that calculation, don't worry about the 5. You can ignore it because it's there. Okay? Just ignore it. We already took care of the 5 by moving it here. Now we just focus on the negative 2 where we do the stretch, right? It does a stretch and it flips it upside down. Raise your hand if you totally understand. I totally understand this sensei. Keep your hand up and don't lie. I'm not going to call on you. Keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. Okay. If you don't, wait, keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. If you don't totally understand it, ask someone who has their hand up to help you out. This will be your chance to ask him. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the domain and range. Well, it's on the test. I already have the test written up. Yes, Hannah. Yeah. Hey, let's do the domain and range for this, okay? You guys ready? Domain. Domain. Actually, chow mein. So the domain goes like this, right? Where does it start? Okay, starts at 5. Starts at 5. Ends at what? Where does this end?
Infinity.
Infinity. Right? You guys got that? 5 to infinity. I mean, these functions do if there's an arrow. Usually it doesn't end in infinity. It's like a picture that you see where you see a dot and a dot. So you're gonna on the test, yes, there's gonna be infinity somewhere. And what goes in the middle? X and monster. Or another way we could say this, you guys would probably like this better. X is greater than, what's X bigger than? 5. X is greater than or equal to 5. You can say that too. I don't care, either one. Let's talk about the range. Range is this way, right? Where does it start? 0 to what? Negative infinity. range. So go and write the range out. You can write it out yourself. That's an R. Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Tis the C. You hit him. No, that's not a funny one. Tis the C. What's a pirate's favorite letter? And everyone will say R. You say tis the C. Yeah, I got a good one. Okay. Okay. So now, hey, this one's kind of backwards. What is the smallest number here? You go negative infinity to 0. Right? You want to do the smallest to largest. Don't do 0 to negative infinity, because the monsters, right? How many put 0 to negative infinity, right? But what else can we say? Instead of, like how I said, x is greater than or equal to 5, what do I say? Y is what? Less than or equal to 0. Well, think about it. 0 and below, right? So let's do the domain and range for the, okay, I'll write that out there. How many more do I have to do? Oh, man. Yeah, boy. What time is it? Wait, what's wrong with that? What was bad? Is that bad? That's Flavor Flav, huh? It is? I just don't know what your reaction is. Like, you know, I know. Yeah, I don't want to be canceled. Okay. Domain and range. We're going back. We're doing the domain and range video, people. Okay. What's the domain for this one? What's the domain? Yeah. It goes on forever this way. It goes forever that way. So domain, go and write it out. What do you think it is? Write it out. Domain. Now I'm going to show you another answer that you guys are going to love a lot better. You'll be like, oh, why didn't you show me that before, Sensei? Shall we guys stand up? Stand or you fall asleep too?
Yeah.
Should we go step outside for a second?
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, let's go like this. Let's finish this up. Domain is negative infinity to positive infinity, right? You guys do x, right? So can you see that? Or you can write this. All real numbers. When I was a kid, that was the number sign, not hashtag sign. But you write the word numbers. I know, it wasn't that when I was a kid. What's the range? What's the range? Same thing. Negative infinity to positive infinity. Range. Negative infinity. Positive infinity. Or what? All real numbers. Okay. Let's take a, I want to do 5 minutes, but I'm afraid we're going to run out of time.
Oh, yeah.
How do I pause this thing? Should we bring it?
Yes. They need a break too.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to have to set this up again. Okay. Okay, guys, we're going to go outside. We're going to take a break. We're taking a break. And I'm not filming you guys because it's illegal to film kids without permission, but we're taking a break on.
Is there anyone online or are you just recording?
I'm recording.
It's a Facebook Live.
Oh, Miss Howells. There's Miss Howells. But no kid. Don't look at the kids. Okay. You guys are doing it. You guys are studying. Woo! Yeah. Let's go outside, guys. Yeah. We're going outside. Yeah. Part of our break, we're falling asleep. Hey, should we go over here? Oh, here's what you guys know. Okay, we should talk about this. Now, I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of serious. You know, if we have, probably shouldn't be recording this. If there's like a shooter,
We can jump this.
I think we jump that thing right there. I'm serious. As a class, huh? As an escape, what do you guys think of that? Well, I'll give you guys all. I can't record this, but I'll give you guys all rulers and scissors, right, for defense.
Or maybe that.
No,
But if it's just a little shooter.
Well, I don't know. What should we do? I'm just saying we could stay in the classroom, but if we think the shooter's out there, we could take the risk of jumping over the wall.
Or we can throw that rock.
Huh?
These are rocks.
I don't know. What would you guys? Who'd all be for? Who'd all be for like? We could. What do you guys think? It'd be scary. It'd be a scary thing. I don't know. I don't know what would be the right thing to do. Yes, Miss Howells. My last one, I was looking. 28 people watched it. It's the final review. So. Huh?
Are you ditching?
Well, we're figure out if there's a shooter, how he would escape. Yeah, well, or we're staying in the classroom, or what we would do is we'd go into Miss Howell's room, and we'd break a window and jump out that way. That'd probably be the best thing. I don't know if Miss Howells would let us in. Okay. I can't show that on the camera. I'll get. Nothing has happened. Okay, let's get back into the class. Okay, we're all awake now.
No.
There's Michaela. Okay, don't get hurt. I did not tell you to do that.
Are you terrorizing them?
No, we're taking a break. Okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh, Andrea, look at this sunset. Look.
Hey, all right, let's go. We gotta get to work. You guys, we have a test coming up. Okay. Oh, you're writing this. Oh, are you writing the schedule? That's actually a big help. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, let's move on. You guys are awake now, and time's a ticking. All right. So, I don't know. Hey, this might. Oh, Michaela's back. Welcome back. You can stay. Okay. You guys want to write this one? Be optional. Do that on your own. An optional question. H of x equals. Can you do that on your own? Check it on Desmos. If I have time, maybe I'll do it in class. No, I'm not going to do it because I have other things. We've already done. Oh, so you instead of seeing a cube root, right? You might see square root minus 3, right? Or this one, 2 cube root x minus 5. Instead of square root x minus. So now the h is in here with the cube root, right? I think the other one I had the k. So you might want to practice something like that. No, I did. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we did. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's square root. This one, the cube root. See, this one I have the k with the cube root. This one I have the h with the cube root, right? Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Is it FaceTime?
Yeah.
Don't sound like you're in trouble.
You're like, why are you calling me?
Oh, take it. And then you took your phone.
That's what I'll do. I'm trying to your phone.
Okay, now she's not answering.
All right. Tell her she calls back. Okay. All right. For the functions below. Diana, where's your phone? Are you on your phone? Okay, you are going to be suspended because I caught you on your phone. Who are you talking to? funny. I wonder what she's thinking right now. Oh, text back. Can you text back? No. You want to say, I just got suspended by my teacher because you called me. No, don't be. That's me.
I called her for a class next.
Go in the class crying. No, don't do that. Okay. Okay. What does this mean? What does this mean I do with the functions? Multiply. What does this mean? Okay, let's multiply first. Remember, quick review. Oh, there's the answer. Quick review, Godzilla time. When you multiply, hang on. When you multiply, I know you can't see. Okay. I know. Okay, x to the second times x to the third. What is that? You add them, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if they are fractions? So, multiply f times g. X to the 6 times 7 x to the 1, what? X to the 1/2. Why the 1/2? Who asked that? Tell why. Tell why. Right? Square root of x is x to the 1/2. So now I do 6 plus 1/2. Don't write it in whole number form. What I want you to do is do 6 plus 1/2, which is a common denominator of 2. 6 plus 1/2, right? How do you add fractions? You need a common denominator, right? 6 is 6 over 1. But I want my denominator to be 2. How do I make it 2? This is fraction review. Should I pause? Am I going too fast? I see people writing stuff down. Am I going too fast? Look. Do it over here. Well, I guess I should do it for the camera to see. Let me erase everything. I wanted to add, okay, should I go back? Sorry, did you guys finish writing that? You guys need to write that? How are we doing on time? 9:24. Horrible on time? Look, I'm adding here 6, right? 6 plus 1/2, right? 6 plus, I'm adding the fractions, right? This is 6, this is 1/2, right? How do you add fractions? You need a common denominator, right? Nod, so at least I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't nod if you don't get it. I just see. So I say 6. I like to add fractions vertically so you can see. Would you agree that 6 is 6 over 1? And then 1/2 is 1/2. Now, what would my common denominator be? 2. How do I make this 2? You multiply by 2. What's 6 times 2? 12 over 2 plus 1 over 2, right? Which is what? 13 over 2. Got it? You guys understand how it's 13 over 2? Okay. 6 plus 1/2 is 13 over 2, so I'm going to rewrite everything here. So I'm going to say x to the 6 plus 7 times x to the 1/2 would equal, now, just like x to the second times x to the third is x to the 5th, right? There's only one x, so you combine them all, right? Right? Would be, this is 1x to the 6th, right? What's 1 times 7? 7. What's x to the 6th times x to the 1/2? Or what's 6 plus 1/2? You have it written down, right? 13 over 2. No, let's leave it like that. But wait, there's more. No. 7x, 13 over 2. And then I'm going to ask on the test, evaluate when x equals 4. I'm going to plug 4 in here now, right? Let's plug it in one step at a time and see. And let's not leave this in fraction form. Let's put it in square root form, right? So 7 times what? 4 to the 13 over 2. But instead of that, I'm going to write 7 times 4, 13 over 2. I'm going to write 7 times square root of 4, because that's what the 2 is, right? Right? Raised to what? The 13th power. I don't understand. Like, is there another way, or are you saying you just not have to do the problem?
No, like, don't just like read the 4 to the 2.
Huh? On your calculator? Plug it in and see. What's the square root of 4? 2. So now it's 7 times 2 to the 13th power. So I'm going to have to do in my calculator, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times is crazy. So I'm going to raise 2 to the 13th power on my calculator. 2 to the 13th. I get 8,192. And then you multiply that times 7. Uh-oh, what'd I do? We were talking about jumping the wall. I shouldn't have said that.
I just want about 8 feet. I want to remind you guys that the bathrooms are 3 doors down from you guys. Use those if they happen to be closed, which could be closed for a lot of different reasons. They could be closed for graffiti, vandalism. They could be closed for blood. It could be closed for anything. So whatever it is closed for, don't worry about it. Just go to the next bathroom at E building. If those happen to be closed, go to the library. In front is a G is the dinosaur building. And we're trying to avoid you guys going to the quad area because we have students with dismissal and 2 open classrooms. Thank you.
Okay, so this, then tell them to go to the E.
Yeah, go to the E.
And then go to the D, not the performing arts.
Yes,
Okay.
unless they have to. Unless they happen to all 3 be closed.
That will be the last resort.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is very rare because usually if they clean one, and then they open those and then rotate here, and then it goes in a circle like that because we have one custodian that does all this.
I always wondered, thank you for saying that, because I was wondering where to send them all. So.
Yeah, and E
All
is
right.
better, and if that's close, because sometimes they have to go to Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine.
All right.
But sometimes we have 20 from different classes going.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect.
Sorry to just-
All right, 2 to the 13th, and then times 7 is 57,344. You guys get that? Yes.
So could we just raise the 4 to the 2?
What?
On the test, can we just raise the 4 to the 13 over 2?
No, I want a number.
No, like when I'm doing the work.
Oh, and then show if you calculate it out, you just punch that in your calculator. Okay, I'll be fine with that. However, you're taking a risk because sometimes you punch things in correctly and you might have the wrong number. You have the wrong number, I'm marking it wrong. That's up to you. To me, it would be easier to say, oh, dude, square root of 4 is 2, and then raise 2 to the 13th power, rather than raising 4 to the 13 over 2 and then multiplying, because you could do things out of order. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, do it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's just my recommendation. Okay, F divided by 12, F over 12. So let's say F divided by G. I'm going to do it over here. Where am I going here? Let's do F divided by G, right? So F divided by G would be X to the, review. X to the 3rd divided by X, no. X to the 7th divided by X to the 2nd. What would that be?
X to the
5th, just 1 X to the 5th, right? Okay. We subtract them. Okay, X to the 6th divided by X to the what? X to the 1/2. And then this is 1 X to the 6th divided by 7x to the 1/2. Right? So now I got to go 6 minus 1/2, which would be 12 over 2, right, for 6, minus 1/2, which is 11 to the 1/2, right? So 11 to the 1, I'm sorry, 11 over what? 11 over 2. So my answer, you guys with me so far? Is this being helpful or not? How many times do you have to do each of these problems in order to be successful on the test? At least 4. Thank you. I'm erasing this. 11 over 2. You guys get that? So my answer is this. And the x is going to be on the numerator, right? Because I have more x's on top. So it'll be, here we go, 1 over 7, right? For 1 divided by 7, because the 7 goes in the denominator. X to the 11 over 2. Raise your hand if you get it. I'm going to move on. I'll move on then, okay? This could also be written as, the x is on top, x 11 over 2 over 7. It could be written like that too, either one, right? Same thing. Because this is really x over 1 multiplied by 1. Either one of those. But wait, there's more. So I get x 11 over 2 over 7. Now I have to plug in 4. Oh, and I get that. Okay, well, let's plug in 4. Anyway, I didn't say plug in 4. Plug in 4. Well, let's plug in 4. 4 to the 11 over 2 divided by 7 is equal to square root of 4 raised to the 11th divided by 7. And what's the square root of 4? 2. Then 2 times 2 times 2 to the 11th power, and then you divide by 7, and then you should get 292.57. Should I go back here? 2 raised to the, make sure you know how to raise things to the 11th power on your calculator. Okay? Oh, what are these kids doing? What class is this? Oh, they're Mrs. Britton's class. Are you guys causing trouble? Roaming the halls?
We were causing more trouble. We are badder boys.
Huh?
We are badder.
No way, man. We were survivors.
Yeah, exactly. Every
You
other
see,
day, every other class, I feel like
What was the answer?
292.57.
I have a good idea. We could bring the chair, and then we could all get on it.
So shooter comes, maybe we go in Miss Howell's room, but she might have the door locked because you're not supposed to let people in. But if it's open, we can go in her room and then break open her windows and then just jump out that way. Plus, we get to break a window. That'd be fun.
But then we have to actually no. But then like if the window transpiring still like break.
I know it's a risk. Okay. Find the inverse. Find the inverse. You guys remember how to do the inverse? You guys remember how to do the inverse? Anyone? Bueller?
You make the x to the y.
Don't you put some one flip the x and the y?
Yes. First step. First step. Y equals x cubed plus 2. Then x equals y cubed plus 2. Then go ahead and solve for the inverse. Right, you switch the x and the y. Cube root it. To get rid of the cube, you cube root it. It would be inside. Because once you cube root one side, you got to cube root the whole other side. Guess what we're going to have to do with these after we, yeah. Woo! How many times do I do each of these problems? How do you say 4 in Spanish? Corazón. Right? Uno, dos, tres, corazón. I am actually part French. Sort of. Sanchez. Okay. So, yeah, but my mom is French, believe it or not. Well, I'm really, anyway. You guys don't want to know my background. Okay. Solving for y, what do I do first? So you guys subtract 2?
Yeah.
X minus 2 equals y cubed. So Kalani, just to answer your question, I take the cube root over here. I got to take the cube root of this whole side. Right? So it's going to be, my answer is going to be y equals the cube. You can't see? Huh? Did your friend text you back? Hey, you shouldn't be texting her.
She has violence 3 times right now.
Huh?
She has violence 3 times right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think she thinks I'm dead or something. So
She's text. Oh, she just. Well, that's a good friend. I feel bad that I made her scared. So you guys get this as the inverse? Are there any questions? Were you guys able to make heads or tails of what I did here? Okay. Okay. You have to graph it. Okay. Let me do it again. Let me do it again here. Okay, look. I switched the. Can I do the switch the x and the y? So I'll say x equals y cubed plus 2, right? Solving for y. Subtract 2, right? Minus 2 minus 2. X minus 2 equals y cubed. Are you with me? I just subtracted 2 and brought the 2 over here, right? Now how do I get rid of the cube? How do I get rid of the cube? Someone. Cube root it. Omari, every time you have a cube, you just cube root it. Can you see that there? So then I cube root that, and there's my answer. Cube root of x minus 2. So, rewriting it, y equals the cube root of x minus 2. Well, there's nothing to solve unless I give you an x to plug in. So write your answer as the inverse of f of x equals the cube root of x minus 2. Make sure you put that inverse when you circle it. Put this little f raised to the negative 1 power. The inverse of f of x. Why? Because it's sexy. Actually, it's probably inappropriate for me to tell you to be sexy. Right? Oh, did I just say that on the camera? Huh? Look, this is going to be happening to me on national TV. Like, all they're going to do is that clip is, you need to be, there's going to be a clip on the news, and the teacher's going to say, you guys need to be sexy. And they'll be like, teacher tells students to be sexy. And I'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, and you guys are going to be laughing, because you're going to know, and then I'll lose my job. And then I won't be able to feed my kids, and then you'll see me in Oxnard Walmart greeting you, saying, okay, this is the only job I can do. Right? Huh? Dude, Casey, he can survive that stuff because he's the man.
He did survive.
I know. I know. I saw what he did. He's the Casey's a stud. Okay, now we have to graph this, and we have to graph that. I'm going to graph it. I'll get you guys set up. How many more do we have to do? Is this the last one? That's it. He's a good-looking man. You didn't even look at him. Huh? Oh, did you do the homecoming?
I'm on it.
Huh? Have two grandmas? Yeah, I do. They're not with us anymore. They're in heaven. Yeah, look what it says. You have to graph. Hey, on your test, I'm going to ask you to graph for 3 things. Do you see the 3 things I'm asking you to graph?
Wait, are you gonna give us the inverse when we graph?
You just found the inverse.
I know, but on the test, are you gonna give it to us like that? It's also graph.
No, I'm going to say solve for the inverse.
Oh,
Then you have to solve. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's do the cube function. Let's talk about what's 1 cubed. 1. What's 2 cubed? 8. I think it's this way. 1 cubed is 1. 2 cubed is 8. Negative 1 cubed. Negative 1. Negative 2 cubed. Negative. So, to do this one first, we're cubing it, right? That means I go multiply the number by itself 3 times. So 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, which is negative 1. Negative 2 is negative. Okay, right? So, where is my vertex?
Oh, 2.
0. My vertex is, there's no h, because the h would be inside the parentheses, right? So it's 0, 2, right? Right? So I go 0, 2, 1, 2. There is my vertex. And then I just cube everything. For this one, graph the function, the inverse, and the line of symmetry. So first we're graphing the function. So let's graph the function. Graphing this. I don't know who's paying attention. I'm just going to go pretend like you're just for the watch the video if you don't pay attention. What's 1 cubed? 1. What's 2 cubed? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere up here. What's negative 1 cubed? Negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. What's negative 2 cubed? Negative 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's my cubic function. Does this look familiar? Have you seen a cubic function? They look like that, right?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Now, let's graph this one. Let's graph the inverse. What is my, tell your neighbor what the vertex is for the inverse. So the vertex is, you guys say 2, 0? 2, 0, right? Which inverse, right? Okay. So my vertex is 2, 0, so it's going to be, I'll do it in blue. 1, 2 would be right here. Now I'm going to take the cube root. Now you ignore the negative 2 and you just take the cube root of everything, right? Like we did before. Take the cube root. What is the cube root of 1? 1. What's my next perfect cube? I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the cube root of 8? 2. What's the cube root of negative 1? Negative 1. What's the cube root of negative 8? Negative 2. And so it's going to look like this. Inverses are usually like sideways things of each other. So those are inverses. And label it for me so I know you know which is which. How do I label the black? F of X. How do I label the blue? F inverse of X. The little, can you guys see the negative 1 there? You guys are falling asleep already.
Already, it's like 9:50.
Oh yeah, it's already 9:50. You guys been here a long time. What is the line of symmetry? X equals Y, Y equals X, right? So you go 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and
We didn't do that on the test.
yes, the line of symmetry is always Y equals X. That's ugly. Oh. I should do all these things on here. More options. Visual effects. Oh. Backwards. No? Oh, it used to be. I used to be able to do effects in the background. How do you do that now? I forget.
For real.
Why? All right. Okay, everyone, I guess that's it. That's the review for the final. And I think that's all we have to say for this. Wait, what just happened there? No! Oh my God, leave me alone! I can't believe that they let that guy come in here. I'm in attack. Oh my God! Oh, everything's upside down. Oh.